It's the start of the 2025 Full Circle of Life Horse Shelter Network workshop, and we have 5 organizations here. They're here to learn. They're here to get all the knowledge they can from Tawny, from Carrie, probably from me, and whoever else presents this year.
We're really excited because this year we have the Bob Barker Education Center. We are really dedicated to bringing education to the forefront here at Horse Plus Humane Society, and one of the ways we've been doing that for years now is mentoring other organizations. We have these organizations that have come in across the United States to learn and be mentored by us, and one of these organizations will be winning a $15,000 grant. The mission of what we have is to have a full circle of life horse shelter, meaning an organization that won't turn horses away within a day's drive across the United States. We've met that.
Yep.
Now we're just filling in the gaps.
So CHRN is back in Tennessee for another workshop, and this year we are here at Horse Plus, which is super awesome because I don't have to go to a hotel and then come out here, and then it's amazing. And the new education center is going to be really awesome. I'm really digging on the whole Bob Barker theme in there. It's pretty cool. And we did bring 3 horses out with us from Colorado. That are horses that we had just not found the right adopter opportunities for yet, and hoping by doing a transfer that they're going to meet a whole bunch of new adopters out here. We are kind of inundated with young horses that require a lot of training, and Horse Plus seems to do well with our young stock type horses because they don't run into as many, quarter horses and whatnot out here. So we brought some nice horses out. Looks like we might be transferring back a couple mini mules, maybe something else. We'll see what else, finds its way onto our trailer on our way back to Colorado.
So right now we are in the middle of our Full Circle of Life workshop, and it is Tuesday, which means it is buyout day here at Horse Plus. So it's very exciting for our attendees for our workshop. They're about to witness our full intake process and see our entire buyout day. Before we do, we're about to head out on a tour of the Horse Plus property. It's very exciting. What are y'all doing right now, like besides this? Nothing. Do you want to go on the tour with us to make sure we can get in all the rooms we need to get into? Yeah. You want to go? Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's do it whenever y'all are ready. Y'all, everybody, those awesome binders that y'all all have that for the workshop were made by the incredible Emily, who is on our team. And she put those things together. I basically went to Emily and was like, I need some help with some printing and we got to get these in binders. And she came up with these amazing binders. Like the schedule's in there, laminated. It was her brainchild. Is Emily. So welcome to the Horse Plus property. You've already been here for a day, but we are heading out on a tour. This is my first time as a tour guide. It might be my last, depending on how I perform here. We'll see. Doing great? See, I have a vote of confidence. That's all that matters here. Okay. So this is our vet building. When was this building built? Y'all know?
2.5 to 3 years ago. It hasn't been here very long.
It's not super new. One of the newer buildings.
All right, so this is our brand new surgery table. It raises and lowers, and it also tilts, and it's got a little drain at the end if an animal gets a little too oozy or starts bleeding. This is our oxygen, so we use it, and it's also our, what's it called? So this is like for if one of our animals wakes up during sedation, we just pop it over their nose and it puts them back into a full plane of anesthesia. Just so that, they don't start squirming and mess up the vets. We've got our autoclave over here. We've got some surgery tools hanging out to dry. But yeah, this is where we do our small animal spays and neuters before they are ready for adoption.
So this is where small animal things happen right now.
Yes.
But there are plans for a new spay and neuter clinic going up very soon. So that's that. You can feel free to go in and check it out if you want to look around.
What? Yeah, we're breaking in.
Hi.
We're breaking and entering.
Yeah.
We give the caveat that this building was designed to be a large animal space, and that was our break room. So we went, we don't really need a break room. We do need a place to spay and neuter cats and dogs, so we squeezed it in there, but we wouldn't have designed it that way if it had been from the beginning.
Nothing like being on the spot, like walking into a tour.
Awesome. So this hallway, did you guys talk about like our system with paperwork?
No, come on.
Cool. So that's our office down there. I support sustainability and the concept of being paper free. But what we have found is that this little system has saved us a lot of unnecessary time for trying to look stuff up. And if you look on here, we have a name, we have a B number. So that's the number they get assigned when they first come in. And then they have a horse plus ID plus a photo. I can look at this and I can go, he still needs to be castrated, but I know he's had blah, blah, blah. And we also have vaccine boosters and stuff like that. And then we also have general population animals. So like this morning, Nicole was like, hey, Colorado's interested in these 4 animals. And she could just pop them over here so that I don't have to remember that. And when I come down, I have pictures of them and that kind of jogs all of our memory. So it seems really simple. And then we also have a vet watch section. So that lets us go, hey, this general population animal had an abscess and now they're on vet watch. Doesn't necessarily mean we moved them. And then we have our permanent residents as well. So I've worked in a lot of different contexts. This is my 11th year as a veterinarian. We are so spoiled to have a true quarantine facility. We recognize that that is incredibly rare. And so you'll see our facilities today. We do try kind of to have a color system where we have green is general population, blue is training / hospital, red is quarantine. So you'll see our fencing panels
You'll
up in
see that in
quarantine
just a
are
minute.
mostly
We'll
red.
go up there.
But there's some crossover. So yeah, we because of the nature of horses that we take in, they're almost all sick. And so we've worked really closely with our state veterinarian who doesn't want diseased animals coming into the state. And she's really happy with our setup simply because we're really careful. We do not move horses out of quarantine until they've passed multiple parameters and vet checks and stuff like that. This is the room that we use the most often here at Horse Plus. I love this room. Colorado, you guys have the same chute. Yeah, awesome. I love this chute. I didn't pick it out, but I really love it. I did pick where to put it. I have a lot of people come in and go, oh, why did you put it in a weird angle? The reason for this, if you guys are getting a chute, is a lot of horses don't want to come in here. And I can open this side and just kind of like casually circle them and then just kind of like walk in and push them over. And then this one also opens out. So usually they come in here, they get sedated, and then if they're still kind of groggy, that's a recovery stall. I can circle them out of the chute instead of having to walk them straight forward. So it makes it a little bit safer. This room is climate controlled, which is just amazing. I did not pick this job because of this facility exclusively. However, one of the big reasons why I did say yes to this job and also why I feel effective as a shelter vet is that I have this facility. So I can do things that I would not do in the field, including like soft tissue surgery. We've done tendon resections and stuff that really no GP has any business doing. But because I'm employed by Horse Plus, and I'll show you our recumbent surgery room, or we do our enucleations in here standing, it's amazing. You know, it's clean. It could be sleeting outside and has been sleeting outside, and we can be operating and recovering animals in here. So makes a huge difference. This space is also very multi-purpose. We missed our lab space, but it's literally a hallway where we were gonna put a washer and dryer, and then we went, we need a safe space to put our CBC machine and our chemistry analyzer. So we have blood machines here in this building. And sometimes we'll have a case up there where we're like, we need answers right now. Our CBC takes 3 minutes and our chem takes 10. So sometimes during buyout, I will send somebody down here to run blood work so we get answers right away, which is amazing. But this is great. We also use this if we have a really bonded pair and say like this animal needs something, their buddy can go right here and it makes a huge difference in like, I'm in this weird room with weird acoustics, but my friend is right there. So we also had a duck in here for a good while who was missing a foot. So we use this for a lot of different things. And I think often I can get through here, but let me go turn the lights on in here. This is our recumbent surgical room. These are kids' gym mats from Amazon. So they don't exactly fit the space, but they were economical and they work. One thing that's amazing about this room is we really can sterilize it. It's actually not that clean right now. But we really can sterilize this room. So if we're gonna go in a tendon sheath, if we have a foal that needs a joint tap, something like that, we can really up the nature of cleanliness in this room. And again, the climate control is really key for anesthesia recovery. Another thing I love, we can open that up. So sometimes horses that are asleep and not waking up, if you just open it and they're like, oh, there's the outside, they can kind of orient better. So there's a lot of things I love about this. People show up with like 28 dogs that we weren't expecting in a van, and we could just like line up dog crates in here and safely, we have utilized this for more things, but we know that it's really amazing and we're super grateful for it.
This is our front office area. When people get to the property, they come in here, we get them to sign our forms, and then whether it's adoption or just, volunteering, whatever, they come here first. They usually see like Emily's smiley face. My nickname for Emily is Smiley. You can wonder why. On the wall, I think you've probably already seen our pictures. These are kind of a similar system to what Dr. Lydia was explaining in the vet facility, but basically we kind of put these pictures on the wall in different categories. This is our adopted animals from this month, okay? And then we've got our paws, which is our small animals that are currently up for adoption. We've got our pasture pets, and then we've got our quarantine animals. And like Dr. Lydia said, quarantine, doesn't necessarily mean they're currently sick. It could, but we have to keep them there for 30 days after symptoms are done showing. This is our media team room. This is where all the magic happens. We have an all-star team right now of a small all-star team. We're looking to expand, but we have Haley over here. You might have seen her around yesterday. She's doing some editing for our episode for next week, I believe. So already got that going in the works. We just had an episode come out last night. So as we were doing our stuff over in this other room, team was hard at work in here, even on a holiday. Micah even came in yesterday to get that episode up and going. So super thankful for these guys. Jason, who is obviously like one of the founders of Horse Plus and brainchild behind the whole thing, but he is our media director. So anything that's storytelling, he's going to do a lot of that tomorrow to go over a lot of the storytelling and the aspect of how important that is. But this is where all the editing magic happens for our media team. We have an awesome team of folks. You have Micah, Haley, Jason, and we're growing. All right, do we have any in here? Yeah. Oh yeah. One of the things to me that's super unique about Horse Plus is obviously this is the plus side of the Horse Plus organization. But seeing the way that the small animal side has grown over the last 2 years in particular has been amazing. And seeing the team that has been brought together that has the heart to make that happen. Dr. Lydia and Dr. Gina are a big part of that. The vets, having the right vets in place, because sometimes you have a vet that's like, we just do horses or we just do this. And they're so versatile, and not only versatile, but so willing to work in different areas of veterinary care. We're very blessed. This is kind of the beginning of what you can see, our color system that Dr. Lydia was talking about. Green fence means healthy general population. And then you can see red fence means quarantine. So this is the beginning of kind of what we consider quarantine. So when we get in horses for intake, we bring them, we just say quarantine. We're about to name this intake facility kind of in honor of kind of the lead donor who gave the lead gift to make this facility a reality. But before we do, we gotta make sure that that's all right with them.
This is a Tennessee walking horse that is a thrown away big lick horse. I can see visible scarring on his pasterns. He's had chemical burns to his legs, and he was thrown away at auction. This happens time and time again. People that are in the whole big lick world and performance Tennessee walking horses are like, oh no, this doesn't happen. That was something that happened a long time ago. We love our horses. They have homes for life. Why is he here? And if you look at his, you know, to take him to an auction in stacks is a whole nother level of cruelty. But if we come around here, I can show where you can zoom in and you can see where he's had chemical burns. The vets will be doing a full exam on him and we'll learn a lot more. But we just have to wait for him to wake up just a little bit. But if you come with me over here, you can see. So if you zoom in right there, you can see kind of a crusty open area. That is where chemical burns actually ate through his hair, and when they get scarred to a point where there's permanent scarring, they'll throw them away into the slaughter pipeline. This has something that was one of the reasons that we came to Tennessee 10 years ago, is because nobody was speaking out for these horses. And to this day, if you look at organizations that are saying this is wrong, there's not a lot of them out there. If you look on the ASPCA's website, there's not a lot of information on there. A Humane World for Animals, they talk about it. This is something that needs so much education. So please share, try to educate, research Big Lick, because this has got to stop. And we believe that horses should be shown for their natural abilities, not put in stacks and chains and showed in an artificial gait. He's a sweet boy, and we're just really thankful that he's here. Without donations, we wouldn't be able to say yes to buyout horses like this. Easy, bud, easy. And we need donations so we can say yes to horses when we find out about them.
All right, yep. I am really concerned that that's joint fluid. Are you okay if we bring her in with Mom? Yes. Okay, Cindy, can you grab the Mom?
Dr. Gina is not here today, and we have a lot of horses to get through. And instead of our, that Dr. Lydia doing x-rays and exams, I can take x-rays. So we're dividing our team up, and hopefully it speeds it up for them. If it doesn't speed it up, then we'll go back to them taking it. But just something I want to try, because if they were taking x-rays right now, they wouldn't be over there helping the mom and the baby.
This is going to be a fun abscess. Ooh, I smell it. I know, Mama. Did you get both carpi in one image? It's a long shot, but I think we got a shot. I would give us like a.
That little thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get a different angle of that.
I'd say we have like a 5% chance, but we could do blood work. We could slap a wrap on that, move him down to the hospital. We're gonna have to anesthetize that foal and do like a full lavage under anesthesia. I think there might be a foreign body in here. Look, this is like fully healed over. There's just a little tiny hole, but it's draining. We had a case that looked like this coming to UJ in the neck, and it was a stick that was like a foot long. This has tried to heal itself all the way over. There's just a draining tract.
So there's something.
Something is impeding healing, so it needs to be opened. Usually what I do with these is I stick an implement in and I try to find an area like maybe down here, and I open it here so that we can have drainage. But yeah, that needs more than this. Okay, we're gonna give you a minute. That was so terrible. We're so sorry. Your mommy's right there. You can nurse in a second, okay? Okay.
Just one more time. See, that's the good stuff.
Obviously, this is not sufficient wound care, but we need to do more things, and we don't want to burn the bridge. Okay, so we're finished with her for today, but it may be the safest to just walk these guys down. So we'll just wait and see what the plan for that is.
We're wrapping up for the day. There's still more horses that need intake done, but all the critical ones have been looked at. And with really large rescue missions, it's, we're also educating today, so we're taking it slower. When it's just our team and we're honed in, we can do a lot more horses a lot quicker. But today has been a lot about education. You know, some folks was the first day they ever got to microchip a horse. And so we've just been taking our time, but these guys are going to have their intake done tomorrow. So I'm sure they will enjoy just chilling for the night.
So right now we're gonna go up to quarantine and get the Tennessee walking horse that we got in yesterday from Buyout that's on stacks. Obviously he's in constant pain, so we're gonna bring him down to the vet hospital barn and we're gonna put him in a stall where he won't have any contact with other horses. That way we don't have to worry about other horses getting sick from him. Just to take precaution because they're on their quarantine. I mean, it's just terrible. So we're gonna do what we can for him because he definitely needs our help. We might trim the trees a little bit with the trailer, but that's okay. Okay, buddy, short trailer ride, I promise. A horse is just like, they live to please their owners, which is really sad because people don't take that into consideration. These big league horses are living proof that they just want to do what's best for you. If people were that way to animals, thought the same way. I don't think he's unstable as he was yesterday, because yesterday he was very sedated. But just be careful. Hello, baby. It's okay, I promise. All right, sweet boy, we're just gonna turn you around because you look like you're gonna... He's like, please get me off. We're just gonna take it really slow so you don't fall down. Who? Beautiful. I know, lots of water.
Oh,
I knew he'd do that.
Oh boy.
Good boy. He was a good boy. So sorry, baby. You did so good. This is much more ideal than a slaughter tray.
That team is down here in our equine hospital. This mare foal pair came in through our buyout program yesterday. This little filly's between 4 and 6 months. She has a very, very, very low chance of pulling through. So I want to start by saying that. I gave her like maybe 5%. So there might be vets watching this going, you're crazy, why are you trying this? I know. We almost euthanized her yesterday, and then she rebounded overnight. She looked great this morning. So what we're gonna attempt to do is to just sedate her a little bit, flush that wound out aggressively with sterile saline, and just bandage it. We suspect that that puncture wound goes into her carpal joint. Carpal infections in foals actually have a pretty decent survival rate if they're not contaminated and if they're treated really early. And in this little filly's case, neither of those things happened because she was at a slaughter auction. So don't fall in love with her yet, as I have already done. She's adorable. We just really want to give her a try. Her blood work shows that she does not have systemic sepsis yet. We hope she doesn't get there. Our team is gonna watch her really, really closely, but our plan is just go in, sedate her a little bit, clip and clean everything, try to get a bandage on, and kind of see how that goes. And obviously we're gonna give her some antibiotics. She seems to be really comfortable with people, but we're gonna try to keep things really calm and quiet while we're in there. So I might not talk quite as much but I can explain what I'm doing afterwards. And these guys came in through our buyout program, so we're all gonna be extra careful, both for their sake, but ours. We were pretty great.
Oh, baby.
I wanna flush this a little bit more because it's such a small volume. Okay.
Good baby.
I did not stare at that wound yesterday, but I don't remember it looking that bad.
The discharge has changed. Why don't we culture it again? Nicole, do you mind putting some gloves on and continuing to clip? And I'm gonna start scrubbing. This is really tough to clip, and if we don't get it all off, I've kind of prioritized, but I do wanna clip like kind of the back part. All right, I'm gonna start scrub-a-dubbing and get soap everywhere. Everybody doing okay? I haven't blebbed. Let's just try this out.
Yep.
And if she's
I
reactive,
shoved a swab in there and she did nothing.
Okay.
So
Ready?
yep.
Go ahead and start running it. Okay, stop for a second.
And it seems like it goes that way. Yep. At least that's the way the swab went.
I'm getting resistance, so let's go ahead and flush. Unfortunately, I think closing this is absolutely out of the question.
Yeah.
I think even if I tried, it's not going to hold in this high motion area, so. So this is the deepest pocket and it goes to right here, but it does feel like it kind of like tracks along. I really, really want to close that, but I don't think I should. No, actually, I can feel the whole joint capsule right there. It feels like it kind of like skims on top of it, but it's major wishful thinking. I'm gonna hand you this. Let's try, nope, I'm gonna be fine with that. I'm gonna put on a new pair of sterile gloves. I'm gonna scrub the outside again and we're gonna wrap this. I don't wanna be too aggressive with the flush because then you can like stuff bad stuff way worse in there.
Yeah. You want straight over the wound?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not with the alcohol, but with the...
Stay in my...
This is 1% diclofenac sodium. It's a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory cream called Surpass, and I mixed it with a little DMSO, which is dimethyl sulfoxide, which is a carrier agent. I'm not gonna put this right over the wound, but I'm gonna try to bring some of that heat and swelling down. So this is antimicrobial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory. Let's hope it's enough. You're such a good girl, Mama. Okay. Thank you. Please stop driving by. Ready? Let's do a second nonstick just to be on the safe side. I think I'm gonna skip. I didn't grab the roll gauze padded banding.
I think that'll be fine.
You think it'll be okay just like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I have the Elasticon and the... Can I have a couple pieces of dry 4x4 gauze? So gross down here. This stuff sticks better on long hair than it does on shaved hair. This bandage is gonna wanna fall straight down. Okay. This stuff sticks incredibly well to itself and not well to a whole lot else. So the more layers of this that I can put and the more surface area, it creates kind of like a tube effect that's gonna try to hold this up. If I just wrap right here, because this is so big, it's gonna fall straight down. This is a very difficult part of the body to bandage. Lower leg, no problem. Upper leg,
Good luck.
yeah. Like there's a really good chance that we come in tomorrow and we're like, it's around your ankle. I hope not, but it's possible. Why don't we give her IV Banamine instead of Equiox today? Yeah, that looks real gross.
Yeah, it's very firm, but it's not warm. Okay, I am gonna take this.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go start blood work and Coggins.
Okay. Let me see your face, tiny boo. Oh, the cutest one. Oh my goodness. Got some shavings in your mouth. You can go take a nap now, okay? We just found out this baby's name is Trinity. And it's gonna be an absolute miracle if she pulls through. That knee looks pretty terrible. But she did great. We could have put her under general anesthesia and put her in our surgery room, but I think that's really tough on her body, and her body needs to fight this infection with everything she has. So it's clean and flushed out and bandaged, and she's got antibiotics on board, and now we wait and pray and hope that works. And look how amazing her mom has been. This is a 7-year-old Mustang mare she's not sedated. She's just been an amazing mom. So that makes it so much easier. And somebody really worked with this little filly. She's not afraid of people at all. So that makes a huge difference.
I have spent days in the education center educating and talking and talking and talking and talking, presentation after presentation after presentation. And I just came out here and everything's a little bit of a blur of lots of activities. What I do know, what I can tell you is Colorado Horse Rescue Network, their truck and trailer is here and the door is open. And I know that they're gonna be taking horses as a transfer. So I'm assuming horses are gonna be loaded up. I heard something about mules being bad influences on other mules and not wanting to get caught. So I'm assuming they're taking mules, but I am really, really out of the loop.
Everybody's, for some reason, is being stubborn. I don't know if it's the weather. It could be, but usually some of them are really chill. But for some reason they're not. Like over here, we're having a fence fight for some reason. Oh boy, they're getting everybody going crazy. I don't know what's going on today.
We're getting ready to head back to Colorado this afternoon, and we are taking 5 back with us to CHRN. We brought 3 out that I think will be great transfers, and we're bringing 5 back that I also think are going to be good transfers. They're going to be great adoption candidates where we're at.
All right, Sydney, so who do we transfer out specifically for
So
this?
on the trailer today we have Coaches, we have Chris Mars Indy, we have Skeeter and Monty, and then we have Dawson. And they're gonna go to the rescue in Colorado, and we're super excited for them because they're gonna take awesome care of them. They're super excited. They all loaded great. We got a workout in with the Monty and Skeeter, but of course, our last moments to go, they were like, we don't want y'all to forget us. So, but we're just super happy to see them get a good home, especially through other rescues. And it just really shows how much rescues support each other, and we really enjoy that.
We're we're getting ready to head out and protest the big lick. And we rescued this guy out of the slaughter pipeline in really horrible condition. We know that in April, he was at a big lick barn. We also know that he was documented by the USDA for being sored. And it's really sad to see horses thrown away like this. You can see he's got crusty wounds there, the hair loss, crustiness right there. Also on the front here, the skin is raised, there's a scar there, and that's all from chemicals being put down here along the front, wrapped in saran wrap, wrapped in more wrap, and letting those chemicals cook into his legs. And it's really, really sad what these beautiful horses go through. And we're gonna go be the voice and try to raise awareness and education. If you're watching this video, you can be an advocate as well by sharing the video, telling your friends, post it on social media, and raise awareness so horses don't have to go through this.